Hey everyone, Jigs Cubes here and welcome back to another video. Today I have a super exciting video and I'm going to show you my current cube collection as of December 2020. And here are most of all my cubes and I'm going to transfer them into a box and show you all of them. So let's get started. So here are all my cubes and I'm super excited to show all of them to you. I did do a brief collection on my Instagram at Jigs Cubes. I will link my Instagram in the description. But it was quite brief and this video is going to be a little bit more longer and a bit more detailed. So first I'm going to start off with all of my non-WCA puzzles. So first I have the Chi Mirror Box, which is an amazing non-WCA starter. And if you're looking to get into non-WCA, this is definitely the one you should get first. It's just like a 3x3, but you have to put it in another perspective. So instead of colors, you solve for shapes. But it's the same concept as a 3x3 and it turns really well. When it's mixed, it looks like a cool structure or like a stone or something. It looks cool. So next up is the Twisty 3x3, and I did get this at Five Below, so it doesn't turn too well. This is fun to solve occasionally, and when I solve it, the centers kind of flip, so I have to switch the centers, and it gets pretty annoying sometimes, but yeah. It shape-shifts when scrambled, and it looks really cool. Next, I have the Chi Ming Plus, which released pretty recently, and this is my biggest cube in my entire collection for now. This cube is really cool to solve. It's really hard to do finger tricks because of the size, obviously. It's very reminiscent to a Chi Warrior W. This is what each piece looks like. Next cube is a super floppy Rubik's. This is really fun to give to non-cubers, and I tell them to solve it. I teach them how to solve it, and it's really fun to see their reaction once they solve it. If you want to get a non-cuber puzzle, I definitely recommend this one. Next, I have the Rubik's Infinity Cube, and it looks really cool when it shapeshifts into a star. It's fun to fidget around with in one hand, and yeah. I also have another Infinity Cube, but this one's not really a puzzle. It's more like a fidget item, and it's nice to also fidget in your hand. But in my opinion, the Rubik's one looks way cooler. Next, I have probably the most interesting looking puzzle in my collection. I have the Chi Jelly Cube Mini 3x3, and I'm definitely excited to hook this up on my backpack. This turns really well considering its size, and it has a screw tensioning system. And yeah, I really like solving this, and it looks really cool when it's scrambled. Last but not least, I have this Staircase 2x2, and I really don't know if it's actually called that, but I like to call it that. And a good friend got me this. The color shades are pretty interesting, and this cube turns really rough, and as you can see, the pieces are hollow, so they're not filled in with plastic all the way, so it turns pretty bad, but when it's scrambled, it looks pretty awesome, and yeah. Next up are my 2x2s. I only have Rubik's 2x2s, but I'm soon planning to get Chi EMS from their budget line, and I'm pretty excited about that. So I have the exact same cube as this one, the Rubik's Mini, and it turns pretty poorly. It's really small. There are definitely better ones out there, for sure. It's very scratchy and clacky, and it's not really pleasant to solve on. And I have a boxed one that I'm planning to keep that way for novelty purposes that a good friend of mine gave me. So yeah. Next up are my 3x3s. So these are all my 3x3s, and I have a hefty amount. First up, I have my first ever main, which is the Yushin Little Magic, and it's exceptionally amazing for its price. This is only $5 at speedcubeshop.com. Using discount Jigs, you can save even more. This is probably the best cube for its price out there, but if you spend a couple more dollars, you can get the RS3M, which has magnets and is a lot of people's mains, which is awesome. This cube served me really well, and I broke a lot of PBs on this. I have the RS3M 2020, which is my current main. This is really nice. This cube is very swifty and swishes a lot, and it's nice doing. It has weak magnets, but if you get a DIY kit for only $1 more, you can have stronger magnets and it installs in minutes, which is cool. Next, I have my first ever GAN cube, which is the GAN 356M. This was my main for like a month or so, and then I made the Qi EMS. This is essentially the GAN XS, but it doesn't have any customizable options except for the GES nuts in it. But I currently have the yellow GES nuts. If you don't mind having not unchangeable magnets, you can get this instead of the GAN XS for $20 or $30 more cheaper, which is cool. I have the GAN 356 SV2 cube, and the colors are quite dull. I'm not too fond of the colors. And the GAN logo, which is gold, is really nice and unique. This is a fairly old cube, and yeah, it's very clacky, but considering that this is GAN's, one of GAN's oldest cubes, it turns quite well. I have the Speedcube Shop limited edition holiday cube, which is really nice, and it's perfect for the holidays. It's a nice novelty to have, and the color shades are awesome, and they're really sparkly and nice. I have the Qi EMS, which I said previously was my main after the Illusion Little Magic, and for being plastic, feels a little cheaper, but performance is on par with a lot of flagships these days. Next, I have the Thunderclap V3M, which is a big step from the Thunderclap V1. The shades are very vibrant and colorful. I especially like the orange. It's really nice neon. And it has nice primary internals, and this is a good cube and very swishy. I have a Qi Cell W or Qi Cell S, I'm not quite sure, but it's currently unstickered, and I'm going to sticker this in a separate video. Very loud cube. Last but not least, I have my two Rubik's brands. This was actually my first ever cube in general, and this is basically what started it all. It's very loud and it turns really rough, and it doesn't corner cut at all. And the stickers are pretty much peeling. This cube was from the early 2000s. This is one of their newest Rubik's cubes. This turns okay, but it corner cuts a little. The shades are also quite dull, so yeah. But it has tiles, which is nice. Moving on to my 4x4. This is actually my only 4x4 at the moment, which is the Qi EMS. And their budget line is extremely awesome for the price and for the performance. The feeling is very nice and delicate, and it glides very smoothly. For 5x5, this is actually my only 5x5 as well, which is the Qi EMS 5x5, along with the 4x4. This is better than some flagships. For only being like 3 times less than the price, this is absolutely phenomenal. The corner cuts quite well. The shades are really nice and vibrant, and glides very smoothly. I would say the magnets are on the medium strong side, so it's very good for controllableness. For Megaminx, this is my only Megaminx, which is the Illusion Little Magic Megaminx, which is fairly old. Out of the box, this really required setup, so I set it up with Martian and Lunar. And I'm planning to put Speedcube Shop Weight 2 in here. The colors are really nice and vibrant, and the ridges on the outer layer, much like the GTS 3M, is really nice for grip. With mine, it has a little spring noise to it. For Pyraminx, this is my only Pyraminx, which is the standard GAN M Pyraminx. This performs extremely well, and the GAN logo on the blue side really makes this cube awesome. For Skewb, this is my only Skewb, which is the Cyclone Boys M. It has a nice remote click to it. The colors are very vibrant, and the magnets aren't glued down, I believe, so it might be really loud sometimes. If you're looking to get a Skewb that's quiet, this might not fit that category, but if you glue the magnets down, it will become quiet, I believe. Turns very smoothly, and this is definitely one of the best Skewbs out there. For Square One or Squan, this is my only Squan at the moment as well. This is the Yushin Little Magic M. and it performs exceptionally amazing. Although I do not know how to solve square root 1 yet at the moment, but once I do, this will definitely become my main. So those are all my cubes as of December 2020, and I'm really happy that I get to own these puzzles. And if you want to save at Speedcube Shop, use code JAKES for 5% off your entire order when buying puzzles. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and happy holidays. See you in the next one. Peace.